What is good? Osiris here, stuck in the middle. And the secret sauce to this stuck in the middle movement is you young, I'm just joking, critical thinkers. What is good?
Find our secret sauce here.
I had a good laugh here today. Shout out to the Gray Zone, Max Blumenthal. Shout out for this, man. Journalism is so important. Like Project Veritas, these guys on the left, Aaron Mate, all these guys. Glenn Greenwald. Shout out to real journalism out here. We are knee deep almost in Ukraine. If you think I'm saying too much to say knee deep, let's just say this. Let me retract that. We're 14 billion at least deep. I'm not salty about that at all. 14 billion passed in the middle of an omni-pork bill, written up in the middle of the night.
2,741 pages. Yes, that's right. 2,741 pages of 1.5 trillion in spending. Please share this video so that everyone knows how corrupt and how horrible Congress is being run by Speaker Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats. It's never been done this way in history. This is so broken. It is so wrong. Please share this video and let people know that the Democrats met in the dark of night in the Rules Committee from 1:30 to 2:30 a.m. to sneak by the $1.5 trillion omnibus bill with 2,741 pages, and we're supposed to vote today, and we haven't even been able to read it. We're barely able to read it.
And these people that I'm going to show you, I will guarantee you, if sue me, I guarantee you the bill is 2,700 pages that they put this Ukraine, what's 14 billion between the poor and middle class. They put it in this bill. I guarantee you they did not read that final version before they voted on it. Sue me, prove it. This is funny though. So I just wanted to laugh a little bit with these clips here. Look who they caught. Look who they caught outside walking. Look at that. Look at that look on his face. That's Ro Khanna. What you got to say, Ro Khanna? We dropping 14 billion. What's the objective in Ukraine? What's the benefit? How does it tie back into American citizens? Let's go.
Prices are already going up massively because of the sanctions. Inflation's going up, and that's all to fight Russia. I mean, that's the message Biden and his people.
He looks real excited right now to get these questions. He can't answer them. So you see the look on his face is that of, what kind of bullshit am I going to have to sell this dude to get out? How far am I from the door?
They're sending. Don't you think? I mean,
is that a trustworthy face? I know it's awkward. He's walking. And, imagine if you're walking to your job and a reporter comes up to you. But we're dealing about life or death. 14 billion. Everything's falling out of the sky. Anything that Biden has touched is falling from the sky like a Juro spider. You're not just some dude going to work. I barely see reporters catch up with you outside.
Do you think Americans, what skin in the game do Americans have for Ukraine?
Americans have the skin in the game to stand up for freedom, to stand up for human rights. We've always done that as a nation. And
listen to these platitudes. Stand up for freedom, stand up for human rights. These things that mean nothing. Like they said, save democracy. Their idea of saving democracy is unconstitutionally holding people from J6 in a cell for over a year, at least one committing suicide. And then now finally jury duty and all that. Is political persecution is their idea of democracy. And now you're talking about freedom and humanity. You think that I'm going to believe that? These platitudes with no substance?
Stand up for human rights. We've always done that as a nation. And we want to make sure that we stand up for Europe and NATO, and we stand up to bullies.
The question is why? You haven't answered that, sir.
I mean, people see on television Putin killing children, killing mothers. I mean, it's horrific. And we as in America, we are the greatest nation in the world. We've always stood up for freedom. We stand up for human rights.
So raising inflation and raising oil prices for freedom.
I don't think that's connected. I think the reason that people are paying $5 at the pump and $6 at the pump is because these big oil companies are profiting billions of dollars.
It's a straight up clown show. Listen to this one. This one is. So I got Florida Rep Maria Salazar. She says that she supports a no-fly zone. Listen to how eloquent she is in her defense.
And do you support a no-fly zone in Ukraine?
I support everything that has to do with punishing Vladimir Putin and
It's like, it reminds me of like if somebody's talking about a movie you haven't seen and you didn't even get a chance to say, no, I haven't seen it yet. And they're like, yeah, remember that scene? And then you didn't get a chance and they keep on talking. She's like, yeah, I support she doesn't know what a no-fly zone is. She has no idea what it is. It's almost like, you forgot somebody's name. They come up to you like, hey, what's up? How you doing? And you're like, yeah, good. Yeah, dude. She doesn't know what a no-fly zone is. This is this is not rocket science.
And do you support a no-fly zone in Ukraine?
I support everything.
Do you support a no-fly zone in Ukraine? What? These are the people that voted on the money.
And do you support a no-fly zone in Ukraine?
I support everything that has to do with.
I support
punishing
everything. Yeah. Anything that supports. I don't care what it is.
Ukraine.
I support everything that has to do with punishing Vladimir Putin and helping the Ukrainians.
Wouldn't that mean direct conventional warfare with Russia?
I don't know what it will mean, but freedom is not free.
You don't know what it will mean? Like Putin's talked about what it means. Have you heard what it means? You think this woman here, this representative, read the 2,700 page bill? And get the hell out of here. She can barely answer a simple question. And they want to talk about you and I like we're not experts. We don't need to be experts. Look at this.
What it will mean, but freedom is not
She's supposed to be the expert. Why do you think they're not voting on war?
free.
So you don't know what a no-fly zone will mean. If you have to shoot down Russian planes,
Of course.
So conventional war with Russia.
Listen, thank you.
That's when you're like flying the plane and it's like eject, get out. No more, no mas.
Of course.
So conventional war with Russia.
Listen, thank you.
Hi.
Listen, thank you. And she probably bolted the hell out of there. She knew that didn't go well. Well, you know what? We know our president's struggling. Obviously, Ro Khanna throwing out meaningless platitudes, looking like a goddamn fool on the mic there. Maria Salazar looking like a goddamn idiot. Biden's lost his faculties. We know that. Whatever. At least we've got the VP.
On the northern flank, on the eastern flank, talking about what we have in terms of...
Where are we at, boss? Where are we at?
I am here, standing here on...
Where? She just had to check her notes. It kind of reminds me of there was a commercial that made fun of it. I forgot it was Snickers, I think it was, but I actually seen it before. You probably have too, and if you've gone to a lot of concerts where the MC will be on the stage and you'll be like, "Thank you, Cleveland," and you're in Chicago. So she's like, she didn't want to do that. She didn't want to mess up the flank. I'm confused. Which flank are we on? Who's on first?
I am here, standing here on the northern flank, on the eastern flank, talking about... I am here, standing here on the northern flank, on the eastern flank, talking about what we have in terms of the eastern flank and our NATO ally.
Did somebody not give her the right notes? Like, what's happening? She's an esteemed prosecutor. Yeah, like somebody had a meme the other of all the people she locked up, and you saw her eat up Bill Barr, who's a very smart guy. That's not an easy thing to do in that hearing. How has she gotten worse? What is she doing? Is she okay?
I am here, standing here on the northern flank, on the eastern flank, talking about what we have in terms of the eastern flank and our NATO allies, and what is at stake at this very moment.
Okay.
Recently spoke with the mayor of the largest border town, who told him that the refugee system is essentially not set up for this, that it will collapse. It's an improvised system that can work for maybe 2 weeks, but not indefinitely.
So it's dire straits. It's a crazy situation. I have nothing for love. These are innocent citizens, poor to not rich, having to evacuate, probably the rich ones too, but the ones I care the most about are the ones that don't have anything. There's millions of people all over the world and all over in different countries. Some countries we are bombing as I upload this video. So that's not something unique to Ukraine right now, as much as we might not know because no other place is getting covered. This is, serious thing.
And I'm wondering what the United States is going to do more specific.
She knows the question. She mentioned refugees. You've got a talking point for refugees. You've got the notes there. You don't even really have to have them memorized. All you had to do was scan them the night before. She's looking at it because she knows. She mentioned refugees. I got talking points for refugees.
To set up a permanent infrastructure. And relatedly, is the United States willing to make a specific allocation for Ukrainian refugees?
You realize these politicians don't have to do any homework. Their staffers do. That's why I always joked, I think Pete Buttigieg is actually built to be an amazing staffer because he's so smart, but I digress.
And for President Duda, I wanted to know if you think, and if you asked the United States to specifically accept more refugees.
If you're just listening to the video, President of Poland and Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, are looking at each other. They don't know who's going to talk. I don't know if Kamala knows what she's going to say. I don't think she found the talking point. So she's kind of hoping that he goes. And then he's trying to be nice, I think, and say, you go, or he doesn't know either. I don't know. But this is an awkward moment. This is the season of Veep that I needed. Unfortunately, it's in the background of World War III.
Okay.
They look at each other awkwardly, and then Kamala Harris just says, okay, and laughs. Now, that's not the end of the world. If she has practiced, we all know the laughing thing is a tick, just a bad habit. We all have bad habits. Some people say right or whatever it is. I say whatever it is a lot. But damn it, if she's practicing, what will happen is you'll hear yourself laughing, and then it will trigger you. This isn't the right time, and then you stop. She hasn't practiced, so she doesn't stop. It's just awkward.
Okay. A friend in need is a friend indeed.
Okay, I can first. Okay, so this time.
She's still laughing.
Szanowna pani redaktor.
Madam, the situation is very complex. This is what I was.
Yikes. I'm going to end with this. Saving Ukraine, Mr. Ro Khanna, is not about humanity. It's about hiding corruption, drugs, biolab, money laundering, energy, hiding for big corporations, and God knows whatever the hell else. So your solution is throw $14 billion from poor to middle class people, throw that money at the already exacerbated problem. You have representatives that don't even know what a no-fly zone is, and then you try to censor disagreement. It's funny watching these buffoons, but when you think about it, I like to aim high, but we're the ones that the joke's on. They're the clowns, and the joke's on us. We put them in power. We check their power. So it's not as funny when you think of it from that standpoint. Let me know what you think. Take care.